Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have ourselves a 3v3, that is right, a 3v3 in Angermuende, or the angry map. There we go. Our heroes today are going to be Vingador, playing as the Germans in the blue. His allies in the yellow are going to be bergcalado, and in the teal, it's going to be SEVERNAYA. I should probably open this up over here so you can actually see the names. There they go. So it's Vingador, bergcalado, and SEVERNAYA. In the red trunks, we have USSR Erdni Cat, playing in the red as the Soviets of that red army. Next, in the purple or pink trunks, depending on your preference, we have noircis. Noircis in the pink. And then lastly, we have karimaoulida. Karimaoulida. Yeah, okay, whatever. Board looks weird here. Huh, interesting. Kind of dark. Okay, well, anyways, yeah, those are the players for the Soviet army. So let's go ahead and close this out. Takes a little bit too much space. I'll pop it up every once in a while just to check what's going on. We can see that Doctrine has been selected for Vingador, and he's going for the Mechanized Assault Doctrine, and you can see him getting Assault Grenadiers. However, he did go for Tier 1 regardless, and got himself some Grens out on the field, so you can see there, Gren Squad and an Assault Gren Squad. So a nice little combination there, providing different, different strengths, close and long range. So not bad at all. Let's take a look if anybody else has selected their Doctrine. Oh, actually, all the players have selected Doctrine on the German side. And, yeah, might as well talk about them. So, we said the Mechanized Assault Doctrine for Vingador. We have, let me open that up. We have bergcalado with the Jaeger Infantry Doctrine. You can see right there. And SEVERNAYA, you have the Joint Operations Doctrine. Now, let me go ahead and switch over to the Soviet players and see if they have their doctrines. Only one of them, noircis, has the shock rifle frontline tactics so far. So let's go ahead and close that out and switch ourselves back to Vingador. So we hear the first engagement in the center. We have a scout car for the purple player. That is noircis, heading straight into the center, running into the Grand Squad and the Assault Grenadiers. Well, actually, the Gren's a little bit to the left. We also see a MG42 hold up in that house for bergcalado, getting some nice little support there. And the Assault Grenadiers actually did a decent amount of damage to that scout car, almost killed it out. At close range, they do inflict a lot of damage, even to light vehicles. Right-hand side, noircis being the most aggressive of the Soviet players, bringing his conscripts on the right-hand side to get on top of those pyos. The pyos are not supported. There is an MG42 coming in down the road to support, but so far they are alone. And on the far left-hand side, we also see a combat engineer squad for noircis, so he's all over the place. He's a one-man army here, handling all three fronts. We see tech-wise, well, MG42 over here in the road catches that. And we also have a scout car with a penal battalion and a flamethrower inside. That is a nasty little combo there. We do see a Faust going off on that Grand Squad. Nice hit on the scout car. The scout car going to be going down. Penal battalion down to one man. Assault Grenadier squad is going to be able to finish it off. A nice little pickup there for the German players. The red player, Mr. USSR, Erdni Cat. USSR, I guess we could just say. Taking a lot of damage. Combat Engineers managing to just slaughter this Assault Grenadier squad. Is trying to retreat down to one man. Can it make it out? Very low in health. It looks like it's going to make it out of there just fine, but, well, it's just barely as well. It's a very risky maneuver there. But it made it out. Tech-wise, let's take a look at the Soviets. We have Tier 2 going down for the poop player. We have Tier 1 for pink and Tier 1 for red. Back at the base for the Germans, we have Tier 1 for Vingador. We have Tier 1 and Tier 1. So all players are going Tier 1. You know, Vingador, the blue player, could have potentially skipped Tier 1, considering, that he, has Assault Grenadiers available. But, it did serve him quite well to have that Faust available in the center. So, it's not a bad choice. So, nobody's skipping tech so far. MG42 on the right-hand side getting taken down as two Maxim machine guns just essentially shoot at it from different angles and whittle it down. Pioneer squad pops out of the little shack there and gets shot up. MG42 getting taken by the combat engineers, which allows the Pioneer squad to barely make it out of there, as really nobody was shooting at it. On the far left-hand side, we see a scout car for noircis running into the Assault Grenadier squad. The Assault Grenadiers, able to, again, inflict some damage to the scout car and makes it out of there about half health. We do also have an MG42 moving over to the left-hand side, getting into that warehouse. It is a little bit of a weird one because there's a house next to it, even though it looks like it's joined. So it means they can't actually shoot in this direction. They would have to... Oh, sorry about that. They would have to pop over here, and I'm pretty sure they can break windows here and shoot in this direction. But regardless, that's fine. Right-hand side, we do see a massive conglomeration here of troops. Although it looks a little bit more than what it is because there's a combat engineer squad with one man. But we have an MG42, 2 Maxim machine guns, a mortar set up. We also have more troops coming in behind, an AT gun, and a penal battalion for purple. Nice little satchel nade. Well, nice, I shouldn't say little. Nice satchel. Top of that shack destroys it completely, obliterating whatever was inside of it. I can't actually tell anymore what was in there. What was in there? It looks like it was an MG42. Yeah, so an MG42 goes down. And the Maxim machine gun actually sets itself up in the roof. That is quite a nasty position for it. Very nice vantage point. Scout car with a flamethrower harassing the Assault Grenadier squad for blue, forcing it away from the left-hand side. We do have MG42s just peppered all over the place for yellow, bergcalado. He also has a sniper in that house. So he's defending the center, while at the same time an MG42 moves up. MG42 actually able to shoot at this guy over here, so quite an angle there. Where's it shooting from, actually? Oh, shooting through the buildings. Well, okay, that's fine. Back at base, we see Tier 4 going down for poop. We have Tier 3 going down for purple, and Tier 2 going down for red. So not really back-teching, considering that, you know, it's Tier 1 and Tier 2, so technically speaking, it's not a back-tech, but, you know, generally speaking, you see either Tier 1 or Tier 2, and then Tier 3 or Tier 4. Faust going off on that scout car. Scout car goes down to the Grens and the MG42. The MG42, wow, I'm sorry about those the lag spikes there. MG42 gets taken out there by a second scout car with a flamethrower. A lot of focus here on those scout cars for a red player. Grenadier squad keeps moving forward. Pioneer squad as well is nearby, but they are taking a lot of damage. The Gren squad is down to one man. Another flame burst goes off. It needs to retreat right now. It's not going to retreat. It's just going to die. So that is unfortunate there for Vingador, but well, that's what happens. Right-hand side. Oh, nasty artillery barrage there into this house with mortar support. That is a lot. That's a very creeping army. It slowly starting to creep its way into enemy territory. The MG42 goes down. We have Penal Battalion pushing forward. Assault Grenadiers nearby. Mortar shots flying. Assault grenades going off by these guys, but only 3 of them fly, and they don't really inflict too much damage to the Penal Battalion. But the Penal Battalion at close range does not outmatch the Assault Grenades, so they retreat. Mortar shots flying all over the place. The Assault Grenades just losing men back and forth. They need to get themselves out of there. Excuse me. Center map, there's not really much going on. We have, you know, those MG42s just sitting there. Scout car moving around for noircis. But we now have... No, actually, that's yet another scout car. I mean, we do have Tier 4 and Tier 3 down for... well, actually, Tier 3 down for USSR as well. Back at base, these Germans... Tier 2 going down for bergcalado. We have Tier 2 already down for SEVERNAYA. And we got Tier 2 down for Vingador. So none of them deciding to skip Tier 2. All of them just getting their points and starting to get some vehicles. We see a half-track coming onto the field for Vingador. That's going to allow him to set up a more permanent position and start pushing a little bit. But you can see here on the right side, the Soviets are starting to take positions and creep into the enemy territory. They actually have a... well, actually, that's not an MG42. That is a... What is that? That's a Maxim machine gun, right? Actually, that's a stolen MG42. Never mind. But anyways, they have it on the other side of the map, so that's fine. Over on the north, left-hand side, I should say, scout cars. Scout car with a flamethrower pushing forward, getting those Grens just cooked and, well, riddling them and killing them. MG bunker set up covering this munitions cache. Ends up... What? How did it die? That is weird. Is there a mine there? No? Huh. That was weird. I don't know actually what killed that. I mean, it wasn't these guys. I don't know. The scout car was built for one of the German players, but it died. We have another scout car for bergcalado pushing onto the left-hand side. Gonna try to destroy those Soviet scout cars. Let's see if they're capable of doing that. We see a Maxim machine gun set up in this house. We'll be able to shoot at this scout car. We see a grenadier, assault grenadier squad pushing forward. Oh, nasty damage there by the German scout car. Soviet scout car really not able to withstand it too much, and down it goes. Second one also taking some barrages down to a sliver of health, and down it goes as well. So nice little pickup there for the German forces, breaking the lines on the left-hand side. We do have a T-34 on the field, however, for noircis, and there's not much to fight it. Half-track moving forward, going to run into it, but however, a Teller mine nicely placed there in the intersection, gets the hit on that T-34. The half-track decides that it wants to go face the T-34 with its flamethrowers, and as intimidating as the flamethrowers are, those aren't really going to work against the T-34. T-34 is still crawling out of the way. That we have Teller mines laid down all over the place, but unfortunately not in the path. Like right here is a very nice angle because you have to traverse it. The center over here is also very, you know, popular, but there we go. Scout car moves in, gets its upgrade on the autocannon, getting hits on the rear armor of that T-34. Decides to drive by and get out of its way, so it only inflicts a little bit extra damage, while the scout car up in the north just finishing off the MG or Maxim machine gun up in the house. T-34 trying to hunt down some infantry as it runs. The scout car getting some nice damage into it with its autocannon. However, it's a scout car, so it dies. Second scout car going to move down and going to try to take out that T-34. T-34 one-shots it and makes it out. That is the ballsiest T-34. It's already disabled, essentially. It's just crawling its way back home, and it still gets some massive amounts of kills. Pioneer trying to build right in front of the T-34 to kill it, just gets itself killed. The mine is still alive and being built, but, well, there you go. And that is quite unfortunate there for the German forces. They are not catching a break. We see the Soviet forces continue to creep their way forward over on the right-hand side. They've managed to capture this point and push the lines a little bit further back. We now have an Su-85 on the field. That Su-85, well, it's really unopposed right now. Back at base, no additional tech. Well, actually, never mind. We have Tier 4 going down for SEVERNAYA. That's about it. No additional tech for the other two players. We do have, obviously, the ability to call in things like the Tiger, but anyways, I'm not going to change to check the other players. I can just tell you right now, as far as the German forces, we have the USSR going for the guard mortar coordination tactics, and whatever, going for guard rifle combined arm tactics. So, there you go. Penal Battalion and Combat Engineers running into a Pioneer squad for Vingador as it runs away after laying down Teller mine. These Combat Engineers do not have sweepers, so the Teller mine is, well, is laid, essentially. And we have T-70s on the field. This T-34 continues to back off as it just got so many kills and has nobody nearby to repair it, unfortunately, but, well, it's just crawling its way back home. T-34 pushes up. We have a pack gun on the field for bergcalado. That pack gun able to keep that tank at bay. It can actually just attack around right here and try and see if it can hit the other guy. The bunker is nearby. There we go. Nice shots there on the T-34. The T-34 trying to move itself away. More shots fly. More damage continues to go on to the T-34. The bunker goes down, however. The pack gun is still able to shoot at the T-34, and it takes it down with one last shot. Very nice. It is down to 2 men, however, so it will probably die. The weapons cache did end up dying, but the bunker is still alive, so that could actually help out. More pack guns moving in that direction. We see another T-34 coming down right on top of it. This pack gun can turn itself around and shoot at this T-34. However, we do have a T-70 just waiting as for something to, to happen and move. Hits on the rear armor of the T-34. T-34 taking a lot of damage. This T-70 moves in to clear out the pack gun. One last shot goes off. Gets a lot of damage on that T-34. T-34 will go down here to this pack gun. The pack gun is shooting. It's not shooting. Shoot pack gun. There he goes. Gets a kill on the T-34. T-70 moves up. Gets itself right in front of the AT gun for some reason. The AT gun continues to shoot but misses at the T-70. And we have Shreks on Panzer Grenadiers for SEVERNAYA. We also have a Panther on the field for SEVERNAYA, so SEVERNAYA stepping up and getting the armored superiority here. Let's take a look at those resources. I can imagine somebody's floating. No, not really. We have SEVERNAYA with a lot of manpower, but not a lot of fuel, so yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. T-70 does make it out of there alive, just barely, but it does. And the Panther is on the hunt. It is supported by Shrek Panzer Grenadiers, so that is quite a bit. And Vingador is calling himself a Stug 3 on the field, and also more Assault Grenadiers, so gets himself a tank. We do have some AT guns on this side. We see this AT gun moving around. Ooh, nasty barrage there. Oh, AT gun goes down. Su-85 is on the field on the right-hand side, so that Stug is going to have a lot of trouble by itself. Scout car getting repaired right on top of a Teller mine. That is, you know, sound procedure. Pack on decrewed over here in the center. And on the left-hand side, the Panther is moving around, catches a scout car out of position. The scout car will be going down. Even a Shrek flies, getting kills, and leaving only one combat engineer alive. Combat engineer tries to run away, and it does. So very lucky there. T-34 moves in, and the Panther just gets in its way and gets a shot. There it goes. Shrek's flying as well. One Panzer Grenadier did go down. Ooh, nasty shots there by the 120mm mortar. It's over here. There it is. Nice little position for it. However, the Panther, making itself known, is going to chase down that T-34. T-34 shoots back. Shot misses, so that's kind of sad. The T-34 actually nails the Panther. Panther taking a nasty frontal armor shot and down to about 10% health. There it goes. We hear a Katusha going down somewhere. Well, going down over here. Ooh, a lot of damage. Pack gun is screwed. The scout car goes down, and the shock troops are unable to push forward. Katusha is on the field with an Su-85 as well. But the German forces do manage to break into the lines a little bit. They capture this point, and these Soviet forces are a little bit clumped up, I guess. But I don't know why it's stuttering like that. It's unfortunate, but oh well. Can't do much about it, can I? Not a lot going on. Left-hand side, we see the Panther continuing to push forward. Guard squad down to 2 men, forced to back off. We do see a Shrek dropped on the world, as the Panzer Grenadiers did end up dying, apparently. We have another Panzer Grenadier squad on the field. However, the Shrek is going to get picked up by shock troops, and shock troops are very deadly with Shreks. Does he actually notice there's a Shrek there? Notice! Not that I'm you know, rooting for him, but I hate seeing weapons just left on the floor. Come on, it's a Shrek. Pick it up. Pick it up, you know you wanna. Okay, well anyways. Panther down to about half health, supported by the pack gun, so it will be able to stop a lot of armored assaults here. T-34 very damaged, goes back. T-70 still on the field. Stug still the only thing over here for Vingador. He has some Pyos. Excuse me, my brain. And a lot of assault grins, actually, so not bad. Yellow, however, doesn't really have a lot. He has... Let's see, nobody's been taken over by AI, right? No. Did go for tier 3, so tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. But he doesn't have anything just yet. He's got a Pyo squad. 2 barrages flying here into the center. The Teller mine actually quite lucky to not get detonated. It's a little bit further back. Bunker does go down. Probably going to get upgraded. And the assault grunts are pushing into the center to get those victory points. Victory points are 216 for the German forces, 424 for the Soviets. So the Soviets holding an over 200-point lead, so very nice for them. Panzer Grenadiers get brought into the mix trying to repair that Panther. They're not able to do so as they have Shreks, and, well, they are not designed to repair tanks. Or, I mean, they repair them to death, I guess, maybe. But no. Shrek still there on the floor. The guard squad is probably going to be the one to pick it up. Yeah. So guard rifle squad now with a Shrek. That is actually quite nasty. So they have You see there a DP light machine gun. Did it actually drop a PTRS? Yeah, it looks like it did. Huh, that's weird. So they dropped the PTRS rifle. Not sure if they dropped it before, but well, there it goes. Incendiary round landing right in the middle of everything, forcing the pack gun to back off. The Panther is trying to hold the line, but there's a lot of guards there, especially a guard with a Shrek, so it needs to be a little bit careful. Panzer Grenadiers with Shreks getting into this little house over here. However, once again, that house does not have an angle to shoot in this direction, so they have to wait for the enemy to cross into this, well, no man's land right now. Panzer IV now in the field for Bergcalado. He's going to be able to support here on the left-hand side, as the Panther is the only thing currently holding it. The right-hand side, the Stug is being utilized to just, well, essentially hold the line. Nobody's actually pushing. Nobody's trying to do anything in this angle, in this place. Just essentially, well, camping, just defending. Even the Su-85 is all the way back there, not wanting to get caught out of position. Panzer IV moves its way all the way up north, getting behind that T-34. The T-34 taking quite a bit of damage. Penal battalions are nearby. T-34 pushes forward as light artillery barrage rains on top of it. And might actually die there if a hit lands on top of it. No, actually stays alive. Panzer IV continues to go even further, gets itself behind that Su-85, but it just continues to drive by, which means it will die as the Su-85 turns around. It's going to get a shot off on the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV moves out of the way. A rear armor hit there by the T-70 actually inflicts some damage to it, and the Panzer IV is, well, it's just harassing the enemy base now. It hits Blitzkrieg, but it exposes itself to the Su-85, and the Su-85 just annihilates it. Panther again on the field for SEVERNAYA, massing up his troops on the left-hand side, so he'll be able to pack quite a bit of a punch there with those two. Stuggy managing to get a shot off on those conscripts. The conscripts pushing forward, getting killed essentially, and we now see a Tiger coming onto the field for Vingador. And there we go. Assault Grant's also pushing out of the base, and Katyusha barrage flying into really nothing. There's not a lot of infantry there, so the Stuggy's not really going to die. Tiger coming onto the field, so that Tiger should be able to allow them to make a strong push. We'll see what happens. Pack gun getting decrewed over here by the incessant artillery and indirect fire. You know, we have veterancy 2 mortar over here, veterancy 1. We got the Katyusha with no veterancy, but just, you know, shots, and we also have a howitzer on the field, so a lot of indirect fire on the right-hand side of the map. Flak Panzer on the field for yellow. Looks like he's going to go harass, apparently. Gets a couple shots in on that mortar squad. The mortar squad is forced to retreat. Doesn't really do a lot of damage to it. There it goes. Finally get some kills. The Maxim machine gun in this warehouse, positioning itself in different angles. Su-85s move in to try to stop that Flak Panzer, getting some shots on the rear armor. Flak Panzer will be going down. It is, however, well, it's just sacrificing itself as a Tiger moves in. Gonna go for the nice little flank there across the river and get right on top of those Su-85s. We also see something getting called in there. That is light artillery barrage right on top of the artillery gun. Gets a rear armor hit on the Su-85. Su-85s turns their sight on that Tiger. The Tiger turning its sights on the Su-85. Su-85 getting damaged. Nice direct hit there on that artillery gun. Destroys it completely. And one less thing to worry about. Tiger just moves past the Su-85s. The Su-85s just turn themselves around and face the Tiger. The Tiger will be going down and probably not even going to be taking down one of the Su-85s. Does manage to destroy one of the weapons on the Su-85 down to a sliver of health, but it dies, and there you go. Stuggy moves in, gets itself some shots on the Su-85. The Su-85 is focusing on the Grenadiers, the Assault Grenadiers. We see something getting called in there in an incendiary round, and the Assault Grenadiers are forced to retreat. Mortar did get decrewed, and we have in the center some T-70s as Su-85s get called in, and we now have 3 Su-85s on the right-hand side for karimaoulida, the poop player. Guard squad popping into the center. Panther trying to hold the line as an AT gun and more guards. 2 AT guns set up right in front of it. The Panther will need to move out of the way. We do have a flag gun, not flag gun, a Pack 43 on the field. It's able to shoot at massive ranges. However, it's not designed against infantry, so it's not really being able to support too much. The Panther does end up going down to the AT guns. One of the AT guns does end up getting cleared out. And we hear a Panzerwerfer going off right on top of all the infantry, kills another squad, and guard squad is down to one man, forces a retreat, and another stutter there. I'm sorry about all that, as more shots continue to fly. So we should probably have a Panzerwerfer. Yeah, that's a Panzerwerfer. Pyo's retreating. The pack gun is still alive. They have a med bunker. Not a med bunker, an MG bunker there nearby. The Pyos could repair it, but they're not going to do it in the fight. Squad ends up dying as it just stays in the fire of the squad. Victory points down to 172 for the German forces, 390 for the Soviets. Right hand side we have a Stuggy. And the Pyos are moving up. More assault grenadiers coming onto the field. But they do have 3 S-85s to deal with. This one is out of commission essentially, so it needs to get fully repaired before it can actually do anything. And the pack gun moves up right in front of a Maxim machine gun, so it's going to get itself cleared out. Not exactly the brightest thing to do with that, but oh well. Panzer Grenadiers moving in for a little bit of a flank. Can they actually get a flank on anything? We shall see. More Panzerwerfers flying into the center, trying to get... There you go. Clears out that second AT gun. Penal Battalion is still on the field. There is a PTRS rifle dropped as this guard squad is there. And... Flak Panzer moves up. There's a T-70 nearby. The T-70 actually dies to the Flak Panzer if it's not careful, so it needs to get itself out of there. It is not even moving, so the Flak Panzer is probably going to focus it down. Decides to ignore it, and it's going to continue to move up to the north. Can break through that wall, but it decides not to just yet, at least. There it goes. Jumps up for a move. Gets a bundle nade off on the mortar, but the bundle nade flew a little bit too far, so not exactly sure where he was targeting it. Maybe he was thinking the nade would fly and force a retreat, and they would, it would detonate in the retreat path, but that never happened. Mines getting laid down there by noircis. It might actually catch this guy, but no! Nice little Panzerwerfer barrage there. Destroys the combat engineer squad. The conscript is down to one man. It's not even retreating, so the Flak Panzer should be able to take it out. Although it's just hitting the wall there in front of it. There it goes. Finally gets the kill. Almost runs over that mine, but it barely stays alive. More shots continue to fly here. The Katyusha trying to shoot at close range, but all it's doing is actually impacting against this building. And it's, well, destroying all the shots. One shot manages to fly and gets a hit on that Flak Panzer. Second shot flies from T-34, getting a rear armor hit. We see the Pack 43 getting some shots off at a distance at this T-34. The T-34 takes a massive hit there in the frontal armor. We also have an IS-2 on the field for noircis. However, the Pack 43 takes out that T-34. The T-34 is now gone. The IS-2 continues to push forward. We have 2 abandoned AT guns here and a Shrek abandoned on the field. Could be used to support. We have infantry nearby. This Panzer Grenadier is retreating. We have a Pioneer squad nearby. Flak Panzer getting itself shot from the IS-2. This Pack 43 is not turning itself around to shoot at the IS-2. Shot goes off on the Flak Panzer, out of control, and just blows up there in the center. And down it goes. Right-hand side, we see that the Tiger did manage to push up, getting some kills. We have a Katyusha there and an Su-85 coming onto the field. So it looks like all the other Su-85s ended up dying on the right-hand side flank. Nice for Vingador, but not exactly sure what killed it. We do have a Stug 3 with 28 kills to its name, one of them being a vehicle. It has Veteran C3, it has really sexy armored skirts there, so very nice, very nice. Pack 43 manages to destroy and decrew that IS-2. The IS-2 ends up getting abandoned, but then gets shot and hit by some mortar, so it ends up exploding as well. Guard squad just forced to retreat. Pyos move up, and they're going to cap that AT gun. The AT gun will probably move back. We also have a Katyusha back here with a T-70 in the center. Victory points down to 130 for these German forces, 390 for the Soviets. Point over here did get capped, so it means that no more bleed. The infantry in there, which was a Pyo, I believe, did get annihilated. Tiger moves up as the shock troops move in to try to cap. The Stuggy moves further up and going to get some shots in. There it goes. Down to one man. Can that one man make it out alive? The Tiger wants to make sure that that doesn't happen. And he doesn't. Nice little pickup there for Vingador. The other shock troop is forced to retreat as it can't really do anything. Su-85 getting some shots off on the frontal armor of the Tiger. However, not able to do much. Catches the Katyusha out of position. Takes one shot and kills it. And the Su-85 is trying to duke it out one-on-one against the Tiger, but is not going to win that fight. Two Su-85s do win that, but not a one. T-70 moves over to the right-hand side. However, we still have that Stuggy nearby. Shots fly, getting more kills on the Soviet forces. Su-85 now gets flanked, and the Tiger is going to be able to finish it off with a shot to the rear armor. And there it goes. Su-85 actually gets abandoned there, so it could get picked up. We'll see if anybody tries to do that, or if he's just going to destroy it. Either option is good. Leaving it there is not a good option. The Tiger moves up, and it decides to ignore it and leave it there. That is a mistake there from Vingador. Make sure that if you're not going to be able to pick up an enemy vehicle or weapon, make sure that you destroy it all the time. AT guns over here did get picked up by SEVERNAYA, so, you know, that's not bad. But, yeah, I mean, if you can, make sure that you destroy them or take them. Now, in the field, we see yet another Panther coming into the field for SEVERNAYA. For yellow, we do have a Panzer IV. Let's take a look at those resources. Anybody doing poorly? No, actually, they all have a decent amount of manpower. Some fuel floating, I guess, for USSR, but you may be trying to wait for something specific. Maybe, I don't know. Regardless, it's not too bad. Exactly what I heard there, but something flew over there. I think it was some Panzerwerfers. Mortars are forced to retreat. Su-85 pushes forward, but it's just pushing into the range of that pack gun. The Pack 43. Pack 43 notices, hey, that's an Su-85. Let's shoot it in the rear and the frontal armor. And there it goes. Gets a nice penetration immediately. And then the additional troops there just finish it off. One of the AT guns did get crewed by yellow, bergcalado, so he at least has that. And the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is over here on the right-hand side. So they're deciding to hold the points. Nobody going for the center point. Nobody actually holding the center point, as there's no troops there. So a pilot squad like this could just simply move over there. The assault guns could move and try to cap, and they would, but a little bit passive in that sense. Flying plank there. Panzer Grenadiers moving up. The strafing run does do a little bit of damage to those AT guns, it looks like, but not enough to kill them. Another AT gun over here set up behind the wall, essentially. And T-34 is just moving around. Victory points, 129 for the Germans, 346 for the Soviets. They're still holding over 200 points in lead, but they have suffered a lot of losses. You can see right now that the Soviet forces don't really have much. I mean, they have an AT gun, T-34, Katyusha, Combat Engineer Squad. That's about it. I mean, Poo Player has what? Conscript Squad with PPSHs, 2 of them. And that's it. Let's take a look at those resources. Yeah, I mean, they don't really have too much, so. We see that T-34 gets produced with another combat engineer, so purple players just stepping up. We have red with mortars. We got 2 120mm mortars and a guard squad. Katyusha firing once again, but just hitting the building in front of it. Unfortunate circumstance there. Katyusha shots are flying. I'm not sure if they're trying to actually get the kill on that, but the Panzerwerfers move up. They're going to try to counter barrage and see if they can actually kill that Katyusha. Let's see if that happens. There goes the shots, and the Katyusha is not actually sitting where it's shot at, so it's actually going to be fine. There is a guard squad right there in that house, so that may actually take some damage. However, yeah, they're going to be fine. One of the Panzerwerfers goes down as there was an AT gun nearby in range, and it takes it out. Second shot goes off and nails the other Panzerwerfer, so nice little pickups there for the red player, USSR, but yeah. Right-hand side, Pios and Assault Grants capture the point. We do have a T-34 nearby. Another T-34, actually T-34-85 combat group for USSR comes into the field, so that's what he's waiting for, and that's why he was, you know, floating more stuff. He's now utilizing that. shots just fly all over the place, getting kills and damage into those tanks. Panther pushes forward. AT gun does get decrewed. The T-34 trying to absorb the damage here, just ends up getting killed. The AT gun still alive. We do have a Panzer Warfare that could help out in clearing all this out. Panther ends up going down as it shoots off a little bit more than it, bites off a little bit more than it could chew. Pak-43, however, decides to end the life of that Su-76, and there it goes. Nice bundle nade going off there by the Panzer Grenadiers. Eliminates a conscript squad and the crew that had taken the AT gun. Shock troops and penal battalions pushes forward. There is an MG bunker, however, in front of them. The MG bunker gets them suppressed. We'll get them pinned down eventually if they don't move out of the way or retreat. But they are crawling, very slowly but steadily crawling. But now they're pinned down. And the mortars are actually landing right on top of their friendlies, so that's not the ideal situation to be in. House finally ends up collapsing over here on the north. Down goes the penal battalion, and the shock troop is the only thing alive, down to 3 men. Sacrificial too much, I think. And the Katyusha flies. It's trying to hit the Pak-43. The Pak-43 is currently burning alive. Does have only 2 men left. One more guy that dies, and that's it. And there it goes. Nice shot goes in. The weapon itself does get decrewed, and it's still alive, so that is unfortunate there for the Soviet forces. And we have 2 flak panzers over here on this side with a Panzer IV there for support. Su-85 also getting decrewed. What happened to the Su-85 over here? It's also decrewed. Nobody has actually picked it up, which is quite unfortunate. But the Soviet forces are focusing on the left-hand side, trying to get kills there. T-34 getting flamethrower dropped there by that... Actually, no, that's because they took the weapon. So there you go. Flak Panzer and Panzer IV just inflicting a lot of damage there on that T-34. T-34 not going to be able to make it out of there. Pak-43 getting recovered. And the T-34 gets abandoned. Pak gun backing off, just getting bombarded. Strafing run there by the IL-2, just doing some damage. And down goes the plane. Crashes right off over here, and wreckage flies all over the place. Down to 162 points for the Soviet forces. They are starting to run out of time. Let's see if the Germans can actually hold enough and get themselves a victory. Penal Battalion moves into the center, trying to get the point. We do have a Tiger, Pak gun, and a Flak Panzer on this side. Flak Panzer could move in to support. Assault Grenadiers push forward, getting some grants off on the Penal Battalion. Decent amount of damage, but not too much. Penal Battalion is still able to inflict a lot of damage. Assault Grenadiers down to 2 men. They are going to lose if they don't move out of the way. Down to 2 men, down to 1 man on the Assault Grenadier squad. Penal Battalion down to 2. And over on the right-hand side north, the AT guns are forced to back off a little bit as the mortars continue to rain death on the German forces. That T-34 is still alive. We have a Katyusha, 2 Katyushas on the field. And that Su-85 is trying to face down a Tiger, but the Tiger is unable to actually catch it. Katyusha barrages landing right on top of the Tiger, breaks the tank there, or well, not the actual tank, but the tank container. There we go. Su-85 backing off. Pak gun sets itself up in an angle where it could potentially shoot at the Su-85. The Su-85 is nearby. The Tiger is blitzkrieging, but it's not actually doing too much as far as speed goes. Su-85 abandoned over here, gets noticed once again by the Tiger. Su-85 over on the right-hand side, hiding behind the building here. And we have a Panther pushing all the way up once again, getting a decrew on that AT gun, and gonna try to kill off one of those mortars. Mortar will go down. The main gun itself is sighting another mortar, it looks like. And an AT gun up in the front, getting an artillery barrage going on that Pak-43. Gonna try to clear it out. May be able to do so, in fact. However, these guys are still alive and managing to dodge all those shots. Pak-43 continues to shoot. AT gun getting recruited by those conscripts, getting more shots off on that Panther. The Panther is trying to take down the AT gun. The AT gun does go down. And there we go. Katyusha barrage is just flying all over the place. That Pak-43 is still alive, still being a nuisance, getting reinforced by that half-track. Best investment there for Severnaya. It hasn't actually done anything but reinforce, so there you go. And AT guns getting stolen by Severnaya as the Pios just move back and get reinforced. This AT gun over here got stolen, but it's looking in the wrong direction, and we have a Pios squad even with a Shrek. That's nice. Panther pushes forward. Getting in range of the Su-85. The Su-85 is turning itself around. Oh, that is unfortunate. Catches the blah 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 blah. Shit. Why can't I say the name? The Katyusha. There we go. I was trying to say Panzer Warfare, but no. Catches the Katyusha out of position, kills it off. The Su-85 is on a mission to go down south, and it's going to run into a Panzer IV. The Panzer IV will be able to take it out as the Su-85 is now out of the way. Su-85 is just barreling down. I think it's trying to go for the flak panzer. I mean the flak gun, but well, it takes it out. Not the flak gun, the Pak-43. And it goes down. Panther's just moving around, getting shot on the rear armor there by those PTRS rifles. Goes for a little bit of a drive-by, and then Blitzkrieg's out of the way. Should be able to stay alive. Warehouse over here collapsing completely to the shots of an artillery gun, or well, AT gun's artillery barrage. And a PTRS rifle gets dropped. And the Panther makes it out of there alive. Soviet forces down to 50 points, or well, 45 now. Incendiary rounds landing right on top of that pack gun. The Stug is there. The Soviet forces managed to decap that point. Stug turning itself around. It doesn't really have much to fear against a shock troop squad and a penal battalion. Shots fly. Very quick shooting now on that Stug as it has veterancy 3. Gets a kill on that shock troop squad, and the penal battalion goes down as well as the Flak Panzer and Tiger are nearby. These assault grens need to move in and capture the point. We also have 2 Katyushas nearby. Katyushas could potentially obliterate those assault grens as they're trying to capture the point. We'll see if that actually ends up happening. And we'll get ourselves a little angle there and take a look. So the point is going to get captured. The Katyushas are right there. You can see them there, or somewhere around there. Where's the other one? It's to the right. Like somewhere. Right there. There it is. But they decided not to actually shoot, and the point is going to get recapped. So never mind. I was hoping they were just waiting for something like that, but nope. Su-85, they got stolen, getting incendiary barraged. The Pio's unable to repair it, and even if, oh no, they're trying to repair it in the fire, they're just gonna die. Yep, Pio squad dead. Su-85, however, is shooting. It's, you know, contributing to the fight. Panther once again moving around behind, gets another decrew on that guy. Button going down on that Panther from these scars. However, there's nothing nearby to finish it off, and playback is over as the points tick to 0 for the Soviet forces, and they are unable to recover. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.